She stood before our daughter's graduating class, every detail of her appearance immaculate. Her smile was perfect, her words smooth and practiced, delivered like a weather forecast. "I've decided to start a new life without you." No tremble in her voice. Mine didn't waver either. I smiled and said, "Thanks for your honesty," handing her an envelope. She opened it, glanced through the contents, and then stopped cold. Her face drained. That's when the shouting began. That's when I let go. But truthfully, my letting go started much earlier, years before that sunny afternoon. It began with the quiet, the kind that slips into a marriage unnoticed, nestles in the spaces between conversations, and pretends to belong. She stopped laughing at my jokes. I stopped asking where she was going in the evenings. We drifted, quietly and completely. We had something real once, or at least I believed we did. 2 decades, and a daughter who thought we were the example. A home full of memories echoing through hollow rooms. I was the steady one, the provider. I always made sure she had the means to chase whatever inspired her. Ventures, retreats, counseling, trips. I never asked for anything in return. That was love, I thought. But people either evolve or reveal themselves. The first sign was a receipt, 1 night in a hotel, 2 dinners, room service for 2. I didn't say a word. Emotions make you sloppy. I paid attention instead. The next hint was a phone charger in her bag, wrong size, not ours. Then came perfume she never wore before, spritzed on before solo yoga classes. And how her eyes lit up at her phone in ways they hadn't lit up for me in years. I didn't confront her. I gave her the illusion of secrecy. That was my last act of love, pretending not to see. Revenge isn't fury, it's clarity. I started with the bank accounts. She never checked them. Over a year and a half, I shifted money discreetly. Trusts set up in our daughter's name, properties bought in the name of a shell company. The house? Quietly refinanced. Her signature? Easy to get. She never read what she signed. Then came the audit. A forensic accountant traced every indulgence of her affair, dinners, hotel stays, gifts, all on our shared cards. She didn't cover her tracks. Love can make people foolish. Cheating makes them careless. I gathered everything, screenshots, recordings, the voice notes, even a shared playlist titled Songs That Remind Me of You. He was younger by over a decade. A creative strategist with an ego and a podcast no one listened to. She thought he was fresh air. I saw him for what he was. Graduation day came, bright and filled with joy. Our daughter beamed with pride. She had no idea. Not yet. My wife sat in the 3rd row, next to him. He wore an oversized blazer and a grin that didn't fit the occasion. After the ceremony, we mingled among well-wishers. Laughter, pictures, pride. Then my wife made her announcement, clear enough for everyone around us to hear. "I'm starting a new life without you." Heads turned. Even our daughter looked stunned. I didn't flinch. "Thanks for your honesty," I told her, handing her the envelope. Inside, everything. Divorce filings. Financial disclosures. Proof of the affair. A legal letter outlining claims of misconduct and fraud. She read quickly at first, then slowed down, then froze. And then she screamed. She didn't lose everything, only what she tried to take from me. The house was mine now. The boutique business I'd been funding? I cut the money weeks before. Papers for its liquidation were already filed. And her spotless image? Gone. In the envelope was a printed email sent to the board of the nonprofit she chaired, detailing her misuse of donor funds and her romantic trips paid for with charity money. That day, I didn't just let her go. I closed the door she never thought I'd notice her walking through. He tried to say something, muttering a vague comment about taking it easy. I didn't respond directly, just mentioned the apartment lease she'd signed 2 days earlier, using a credit card that was already canceled. My daughter looked over at me then, not puzzled, but with quiet understanding. She didn't need to ask anything. She simply stood beside me. This wasn't a victory. It wasn't about triumph. It was about resolution, about saying what needed to be said without speaking. about tipping the scales back to where they belonged after betrayal had thrown them off balance. My wife didn't call that night. Her attorney did. But it didn't matter. Everything had already been filed. The process already in motion.
Neat.
Lawful. Completely under control. Mine. She believed that betraying me gave her strength. But the true strength wasn't in her departure. It was in what I allowed her to leave behind. And in what she blindly walked into. Now I sleep without restlessness. Not because she's out of my life, but because I found myself again. I handed her the rope. She chose to make the knot. I simply stepped back and let her tug.